could get you out of trouble, and it did that tonight.
Relief, you, my word.
That's the face that says everything you need to know.
That says.
I'm rest. Bye bye. I'm not work today. I'm rest. Lisa, going on.
Hey, I think Eddie slipped in my contract. I think he slipped Kristien Prenga a nice little contract.
I was thinking, bloody hell, the rematch looks cheap.
Eddie, wow. Jeopardy nearly.
AJ fancies it.
Jeopardy nearly.
I mean, listen, I've never experienced anything like it. I've never felt any. I mean, you know, it's a weird feeling in the first round because all week I've been thinking to myself, has he come back too early? Do you know what I mean? And then when he got dropped, I was like, and I was also, I've got to be honest, I'm thinking that's career over. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, you know what, I'm proud of him for even getting back in the ring. And if it ends like this, you know, I'm still, he should be really proud of the fact that he even returned to boxing. What, did he have 24 breaks in his ribs or something? I mean, couldn't move, was in hospital for weeks and weeks, lost his two best friends. To even be in the ring was incredible, but to come back from that and to produce that kind of finish and knockout, the guy's got balls the size of the big, you know, the bowling balls that are like, they say like 24 and you can hardly pick them up. They're like that, swinging off his old boy. Like, you've got to nail him into the canvas, and he makes mistakes. It was a terrible mistake that he made. He held on, he extended his arms, and Prenga's a monster puncher, and he walked onto an uppercut, and you know, somehow he found a way to recover. But he went back, when he went back on that stool, what price was he to win that fight in the second round? I mean, it was unbelievable.
AJ is ridiculous. Damn, you about to punch me in the face on my... All right, here we go. I mean, it doesn't matter with AJ. He's not timid. He's not... Hey, AJ, if you're going to drop him in the first, but knock him out in the second so I can get my bag. Knock him out in the second, fam. If you knock him out in the first, I don't win any money. All right, here we go. Good jab from AJ. 2 minutes. Good jab from AJ. Good footwork, AJ. Oh, AJ looks quick. Good jab from AJ. AJ's too much. He's bigger than AJ. Why is AJ so much bigger? Look at AJ's legs in there. Uh-oh, good combination from Prenga. Prenga dropped AJ with an uppercut. AJ got dropped with an uppercut. AJ got dropped with an uppercut. AJ got dropped, bruh. Come on, AJ. When he throws the right, because AJ got to do a pull. Oh, that was beautiful. That jab, right? That's the one that ruined Jake Paul's jaw. Good feint from AJ. AJ getting his head together. Oh, big right hand, AJ. Knock him out. Oh, he knocked him out. AJ knocked him out. AJ, I don't know. Give me my money. Give me my $2,200. Give me my money. My money. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A beautiful comeback story, because he made the comeback into the fight and then a comeback in the fight. Hard punches, respect Prenga, he went for it, right? Damaged AJ early, tried to finish him. Came to three 8 counts, but then yeah, AJ just came back, clipped him, jab, right straight, left uppercut, finished him with the right hook. Beautiful.
Alistair, you're a fighter yourself. I mean, how good could that knockout be in terms of for AJ's confidence and feeling sure of himself? How good could that be for him?
Well, it was needed, but I think his confidence was beforehand already. I look at it a little bit different from a fighter's perspective. You can kind of see whose confidence we're having. Both had confidence, but yeah, it's important to cement it, and he did that with those punches.
I was going to say that as Team Tyson Fury, as you want to make this fight, was there a sense of relief that AJ Alexei gets up and does get the job done on the night?
Yeah, I actually thought when he got out of the first round he would actually do that, because his opponent, listen, fair play to him, he jumped on him and he nearly done a job on him.
Have you seen anything there as Team Tyson Fury that worries you at all, or?
Absolutely nothing.
And is there anything stopping this fight being made now? Both guys won their fights. Will November?
Probably, yeah.
A crazy fight. Our first round was hard to watch, but man, the guy showed some perseverance, man, and came back with a bang. Give me your thoughts on that, man.
Hey, I said the fight was going to go 2-3 rounds, but you just didn't see it going that way. But I think AJ was cold. He got woken up in the corner, they woke him up, he got warm, got into his groove, and then he finished his dinner.
But what do you make of that, man? It was hard at times, but wow. Like, I just spoke to one of the trainers and he was like, mate, that shows what sort of man he is. That he's come off the ground twice and then he's come back and just done what he done, man.
He had to do what he had to do. I mean, Kristien Prenga, fair play to him. It seems like there's going to be some fights for him in the future.
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua is at the fight. We want to see regardless of nothing else now. Nothing should come in between.
Nothing else. And it's got to happen this year. I mean, I'd love to see it next.
Look, Joe, I know it's late, so I'm just going to quickly ask on AJ. I just want to ask you at the end of the first round, obviously we spoke and we expected pretty comfortable nights for both Fury and Joshua. I mean, what was you thinking at the end of the first and then the end of the second, of course?
Well, the end of the first round, I think even everyone was just sat there at the jaw like, and it was seconds away from the career, everything over. And for him to come out, recuperate and set about him, get his wits together and put a spectacular finish on it. But that first round, the whole crowd, everyone's, as heavy as the knockdown was, you could hear everyone's jaw hit the floor with it. I didn't see Eddie on the camera, but I'm sure he was a little bit startled as well. But what a 4 or 5 minutes of absolutely chaos we've just had in the ring there tonight. Unbelievable.
Teddy Atlas made it clear he wasn't fully buying into Kristien Prenga's resume. 20 knockout wins looked impressive on paper, but Atlas dismissed the level of opposition behind them as far too soft to mean much.
If we're going to speak the truth, and that's what we speak here. I mean, we don't BS people. Listen, he's a big guy. He matches Joshua a little bit in size. Maybe Joshua's 6'6", he's 6'5", whatever. But even with his 20 knockout, you said it right. They've been against really soft opposition. I mean, real soft, like liquid soft. I mean, soft. And I don't think that it really, truly, I don't think that it really measures his power.
Atlas thought a sharp, focused Joshua, leaning on his jab to open the door for the right hand and body work, could make quick work of things. It didn't take long to see which version of that blueprint actually showed up.
In the fight, how he goes about it. Does he go about being aggressive? To me, if he backs him up behind that hard jab that he has and looks to set up the right hand and go to the body with that left hook he throws well, the fight ends in a round or two. It could. In a couple rounds. It could. If he doesn't, and he allows Prenga, who I think has legs that can move a little bit, let him move around a little bit, then it could go a few rounds. They can, again, I think it's his call. And where is he at? Where is he at mentally right now when he gets in that ring?
Meanwhile, Gareth A. Davies didn't hedge either. He pointed straight to Joshua's jab as the key that would unlock everything, expecting it to set the stage for a finish he found in his range.
Yeah, Kristien Prenga, 35 years old. He's fought a lot of lower level fighters. I had a long study of his record yesterday. The one thing that, on AJ, first of all, I agree with you. It's fantastic to have him back. I think Prenga is in trouble. Just straight out there, I think AJ goes out there and it looks like a Ngannou performance to me, where he'll size him up with the jab and let that booming right hand go and devastate Prenga, who obviously has a punch.
Eddie Hearn and Tony Bellew pointed to Prenga's style as a rougher, less polished version of Usyk, who's raw and telegraphed, but dangerous enough up close to trouble Joshua if he wasn't careful.
Talking about Prenga, I think Prenga's a poor man's Ajit Cabello. I think that's the best way to explain him. He's a poor man's...
I don't know if that's good or bad.
No, he's a poor man's Cabello. He's a heavyweight who's pretty rarely goes to body. He likes to get up close and fight inside. Technically, he's not great. He telegraphs a lot of his punches, but he can punch. Make no mistake about that, he can whack a little bit. But I think that's a fair, assessment in saying he's a poor man's Cabello. Cabello's one of the best fighters in the world.
They also pointed to what Joshua had endured physically and mentally, highlighting how it would make a difference in the fight and shape the way he approached the challenge, believing those experiences would have a real impact on his trajectory.
So I know styles make fights, etc., and anything can happen, but you've got to be beating guys like this. I think the bigger issue is what he's been through, what he's come back from, physically particularly, and how he's feeling. And I said yesterday, you don't know. I mean, this is a case for all people, but specifically with what he's been through, you just don't know when the head hits the pillow at night what's really going on.
Yeah.
No one knows.
I mean, boxing saved him as a young man, and it's kind of saved him again here, because I think without it, those thoughts and those emotions would be overwhelming. But this gives him the focus. I know he's feeling, the strength of Cena and Lats in training, and a lot of what he's doing is kind of dedicated to them. But when he's in, Tony will tell you, when you're training and you're in that regimen, it's a lot easier to be focused on what you're doing. The most impressive thing that he did was the period from the crash to the training camp.
Yeah.
Because people don't realise he couldn't move in bed. Every turn was just complete agony. And he would train every day during that period, on the bike for 2 hours, standing on this balance thing, like that brain stuff. Like, it's just, to get himself back into camp was probably the most challenging part and the most impressive part. Once he was back in camp, I knew he'd be okay, because that's when you're just focused on what you're doing. And to think that it was only 7 months ago.
While Bradley had called it a mismatch from the start, refusing to see the point in it at all, tearing into the experience gap, and arguing Prenga simply didn't belong in the ring with a fighter of Joshua's level.
I don't know how to feel about this fight. It ain't really a fight, to be honest with you. I know they're gonna lace him up. I know they're gonna get in the ring. However, it's a complete mismatch. As far as experience goes, as far as it's everything. This is another charity case. Netflix, y'all gotta do better, man. Y'all can't be letting these promoters bully y'all, man, into giving y'all this type of shit. It's trash. It really is. You know, y'all did that with Fury. Fury is supposed to, y'all paid for a body and y'all didn't get it. You know, at least Anthony Joshua.
Gareth A. Davies and Spencer Oliver believe he must stop Prenga inside the first 3 rounds to make a serious statement.
Psychologically, you can underperform. We saw that against Usyk, and hopefully we don't see it against Anthony.
No, because this guy's a boxer and he'll make normal shapes. But Prenga said, and I do agree with him.
Former kickboxer, by the way.
Former kickboxer, yeah, but he's boxed for a long time now, 10 years. The thing about he's saying about AJ is this is a lose-lose for him, and unless AJ goes in there and dominates him and knocks him out, which I believe he'll do inside 3 rounds, if not 2, I think it is a lose-lose for him, and I think Prenga's right in that respect to throw that out there.
Absolutely. Again, that's the mind games, you know, and I think that Prenga's spot on with that analogy. You know, Anthony Joshua has to go in there, he has to be spiteful, he has to get the job done for me inside 3 rounds as well. There's no feeling out process. You've got to go in there and show that you are back. Make a statement.
Joshua's journey with Usyk as his mentor has everyone expecting major improvements and an unexpected shock by stopping Prenga.
Warm up for the biggest monolithic, megalithic boxing match we've ever had in the UK. He needs to have a great camp, to have all the Usyk guys around him and go out there and prove that he's tip-top.
Absolutely. Listen, he's out training in Valencia with Team Usyk. I think that, you know, he's been under the watchful eye of them. He said he's made improvements, not just physically, but mentally. The training regime has been military as well, and you're going to see a new improved Anthony Joshua. And I know it, even at the age of 36, people are saying, how can you improve? Well, he says that he has improved, and that has been under the tutelage of Team Usyk. It's going to be interesting.
I think psychologically they've been brilliant for him, and Alexander Usyk is his new mentor and cheerleader, and I love all that.
Spencer Oliver pointed to Joshua's mindset as the real deciding factor, noting how boxing had become his outlet through recent personal tragedy. That clarity of purpose, Oliver figured, was exactly what would carry him through.
It's been a challenging time for Anthony Joshua, isn't it? And I think under the circumstances, he's in very good spirits. You know, it was a tragic time that he's been through. He seems to have overcome that. He's channeled his energy into fighting again. He's not talking about just one fight and then the Tyson Fury fight, with his 2-fight deal that they've actually signed there, but he's talking about longevity still in the sport. He's talking about boxing up until he's 40. He turns 37 in October. So I think we're going to see a lot more of Anthony Joshua. That's where he's channeled all of his energy. So yeah, he's in a very good space. He was in a good mood, Jim.
Ade Oladipo had left no room for doubt, backing Joshua to be fast. The kind of performance that wouldn't need to go the distance to make its point. He believed Joshua's power and experience would quickly overwhelm Prenga. Nothing suggested Prenga had the tools to change that.
No doubt in my mind that AJ does defeat Kristien Prenga and does it quickly. Like, no doubt in my mind. There are some times where I'm like, you know, if AJ gets caught, this could happen, but no. I think AJ is going to be destructive. I think AJ is going to be fast. This will be AJ's second camp under his new trainer, so hopefully they're a bit more in sync about what is expected from Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua's in sync about what's expected from his new trainer. But I expect this to be a very, very good AJ, regardless of what's happened outside the ring. And it's difficult to say that because how can that not seep through into the ring?
Leading up to the bout, Max Kellerman and Malik Scott cautioned that this was far from a risk-free tune-up. They warned that despite being brought in as the underdog, Prenga's size, power, and nothing-to-lose mentality made him a dangerous opponent capable of making Joshua pay for any mistake.
Kristien Prenga is 20-1. He does throw. I've seen him. He throws a good hard right hand. I've seen him score a knockout to the body on YouTube, and he's gonna be AJ's first fight since the Jake Paul fight in December. Of course, AJ was then sidelined by a tragic car accident, which he obviously survived, but his 2 close friends in the car with him did not, and that obviously shook him up. It would shake anyone up.
Adam Catterall's priority wasn't chasing a quick knockout. It was getting comfortable with his new corner, sharpening his fundamentals, and re-establishing his jab and trademark 1-2 combinations.
In this at the weekend, I want to see him not get carried away with it, not get thinking to himself, right, this kid's way below me, which he absolutely is, but just go and be AJ. Get your jab out, lad, smack it down the middle, break this kid's nose, break this kid's heart, break this kid's spirit, and then deliver the signature stuff The straight 1-2, because you don't need to rewrite the script. The straight 1-2, the speed is still going to be there. I mean, look at him. He's a specimen, is the fella, and he's always kept himself in amazing shape. So just go and do that. And I'm quite happy if we get 6 rounds here of AJ just softening this dude up.
Before the showdown, Adam Booth had stressed it wouldn't last beyond 7 rounds. He believed the years of punishment both heavyweights had absorbed would prevent the contest from becoming a long, drawn-out battle.
I think what we saw last time out, where I thought he actually looked quite healthy and quick and free with his hands, but also tentative of getting hit. And it's going to be interesting to see how AJ athletically and mentally performs on Saturday. And I think from that, we're going to have to make our decisions. Now, I know you want me to give you an answer, but I can't, because nobody knows what AJ is going to look like after a loss in a difficult period of his time. Is he going to be better or worse? I think he's going to be better. When he does fight Tyson Fury, I don't see the fight going past 7 rounds.
In terms of the matchup itself, Paul Smith predicted this would be more about Joshua finding his rhythm than overcoming a dangerous opponent. At the same time, he stressed there was no room for error, calling it a must-win for Joshua.
How are you, so you're okay? Yeah, I'm good as gold, mate. How are you? How's it out there? Is it, it feels a little bit better. I've been speaking the last few days. It feels this is more about getting the cobwebs off for AJ and not really about Prenga. Is that fair or unfair? No, it's fair. I was doing a talk last night with Jamie O'Hara and Dean Saunders. I had a little chat with them, and I was trying to explain the way you lot put it in the football. It's not a friendly as such, but it's, you know, it's a lower league team that you're playing, and it's a must-win, because if you want the big prize, you've got to get through this. It's like a...
Scott also warned that Prenga's experience might not match Joshua's, but his size, powerful right hand, and nothing-to-lose mindset still made him a dangerous opponent heading into the fight.
I don't see it like that. So if we go off of last performances off of each, Jake Paul with AJ and Makhmudov with Tyson Fury, I believe with Tyson Fury, I believe AJ actually did some good things against Paul. It took him time to get to, catch up to him and cut off the ring and finally get him out of there, but he got it done. And I also believe that Fury looked good, and to me, I didn't see any ring rust.
With this fight behind them, the focus now shifts to what's next, as the heavyweight division isn't slowing down anytime soon. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and let us know in the comments who you'd like to see Joshua and Prenga face next.